Hey guys, welcome back. Um, this was a very curious move. Yeah, yesterday. Yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. That this move was made for whatever reason. The I don't know. I don't understand it. Apparently, Lou Lamoriello has done this before when he was in New Jersey, but this year the Islanders they missed the playoffs. They missed the playoffs this year after the last 2 years of literally going to the conference finals or the Final Four, because it wasn't really a conference final last year, but they came, especially last year, they came one win shy of going to the finals. And the only team that they lost to, they lost to the eventual champion Lightning. And this year they start the season with a 13-game road trip because their arena was not done yet. So, they had to travel while they were waiting for their arena to get done. Well, they didn't get off to a great start, and they never really recovered. I mean, they tried to turn it on, but by the time they started really turning it on, I mean, everybody was so far ahead of them. They didn't have a chance to. They weren't going to catch up no matter what they did. So, it was pretty obvious that they were going to miss the playoffs this year. But you're thinking, after back-to-back conference final appearances, conference final and Final Four appearances, you would think that, okay, they have one bad year, okay, we'll let that go, next year, they'll get back in, and now that they have a home arena, they'll get back in. Well, apparently not. They fired, or Lou Lamoriello fired Barry Trotz after one bad year. Why? I don't understand that. I really don't understand that. But, because apparently doing some, I've been trying to do, some digging to see if there's more to the story than just, oh, hey, they had one bad year. Okay, we blame the coach. Apparently Barry Trotz and Matt Barzal kind of were butting heads a little bit. And apparently it got to the point where Barzal, from what I was reading, basically, told the general manager, it's either him or me. You keep him, you lose me. So, that basically made Lou pull the trigger, and he fired Barry Trotz. A pretty successful coach, a Stanley Cup champion in 2018, which I thought it was weird that the Islanders didn't re-sign him, because then he went to the Islanders, and look what he did in 2020 and 2021. He coached this team to literally the conference final and the Final Four, and came one win shy of going to the finals. I mean, 2020, they lost in 6 games in the conference finals to Tampa. 2021, they lost in 7 games. They're the only team. The Islanders are the only team that in the last 2 years has taken the Tampa Bay Lightning the distance to all 7 games. And they decided they were going to fire Trotz for whatever, and I mean, I haven't seen any more come out about, the potential issue with Barzal, but if there was an issue like that with Barzal, and how does that make Barzal look if he basically found a way to strong arm the general manager to saying it's either him or me? Now, I'm not sure what Barzal's contract status is right now. I was trying to look some of that up. They don't put a lot of the contracts. No, granted, I suppose I could have looked on Cap Friendly or whatever, but yeah, apparently he kind of strong armed Lou Lamoriello into letting Barry Trotz go. I don't know. It just seems odd that what else would you do? You go and you fire a coach after one bad year after back-to-back conference final appearances? I don't get it. I just, it's just weird. Seemed really weird to me. And it was definitely a surprise, because you don't expect to hear that, especially a team that has been so good the last couple of years. You don't expect to hear, okay, they have one bad year because they started the first 2 months on the road, and you don't exactly expect to hear, oh yeah, one bad year, yeah, he's out. So, I don't know. I think it's very, very odd. Very, very odd. And hopefully more comes out in time. I think if more comes out, I will revisit this, and I will do another video on it, especially if more comes out, because I really would like to know a little more if Barry Trotz's relationship with Matt Barzal was the main reason behind his firing. I'd like to, hopefully maybe that will come out, and I'd like to get some more info on that. I really would, because if that's the case, I don't know. It just, and honestly, I mean, the Islanders now they have to go and try to find a coach, and now a very successful head coach who basically he will be out of a job not very long. Basically, when he decides that he wants a job, he'll get one. Because I mean, there's already a bunch of teams that I've seen articles on that these teams need to throw a ton of money at him. The Philadelphia Flyers are one team that has I was reading. They're saying that Chuck Fletcher should should basically write a blank check to Barry Trotz to get him to Philly. The Detroit Red Wings are another team that is a potential landing spot because they're looking for a coach. It's gonna be interesting to see exactly where he goes. And I think one interesting thing could be if he were to go to the Flyers. Not only would he be staying in the Metro Division, but if he could turn the Flyers around, he could really stick it to these guys and really make them regret firing him. I think that was a dumb move. Honestly, to me, it was a dumb move. But I mean, when you're, if one of your star players is basically saying it's either him or me. You don't want to see a situation like that, though. You really don't want to see it come to that. But, it's looking like that, at least for right now, it seems like that might be the reason. I'm waiting to see, I'm waiting to see or hear a little more on it. But as of right now, apparently, the reason why Lou Lamoriello, I can talk. The reason why Lou Lamoriello fired Barry Trotz apparently was because Matt Barzal basically gave an ultimatum saying it's either him or me. So hopefully I will find out a little more about that. And if more comes out on that situation, I will come back and I will revisit this. I will do another more in-depth video on this. But as of right now, apparently that's why they fired Trotz. And so yeah, the New York Islanders are looking for a head coach. There's a few other teams that are looking for a head coach, and basically Barry Trotz, I'm pretty sure whenever he wants, he will land on his feet, because he's too good of a coach not to. So we'll see what happens, and hopefully more about the whole Barzal thing comes out, and maybe we'll find out a little more about exactly what happened there. So I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. What do you guys think? And where do you think, of all the coaching vacancies there are, where do you guys think would be the best spot, the best spot for him? Would Detroit be a great spot for him? What about Philly? I'm drawing a blank right now on some of the other coaching spots that are looking for coaches, but where do you guys think he might end up? I honestly think I'd love to see him end up in Philly. I think that would be a hell of a fit for him, because it'd be nice to see the Flyers actually become something, because it's been a long time. It's been a long time since they've been really relevant. So we'll find out, I guess. But let me know your guys' thoughts on that. Where do you think he goes? And just what are your guys' general thoughts on the Islanders letting him go? I think it's kind of crazy, but I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you've just cruised around through searching on Google or whatever, and you come across and you're looking for hockey content, and you've come across my channel, hopefully you tune in. Hopefully you like the video, or the video and other videos. And if you do, hit that like button. And if you really like it, hit that subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate the support. And I want to have every hockey fan. I'd love to have every hockey fan come here and tune in and subscribe and just everything. I'd love to have every hockey fan in the world be here. I appreciate every one of you. And yeah. So hit like and subscribe if you're just popping on in and you like what you see. And again, let me know what you guys think. Where does he go? What might be the best fit? What are your opinions on the Islanders letting him go? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Hit like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And I'll talk to you guys again very soon.